So, good question. Um, what does the apprenticeship look like? That's what I would be curious. How many hours in the classroom? Because it sounds like a lot like student teaching, and that's valid. And then will there be a probation? Like they can teach for a year, but they have a year to get their license because they've always been doing that. That's really nothing new. I do not have a teaching degree. I have a history degree. I have a bachelor degree in history. And that's kind of how it should be. There should, I think, I have my opinions about majoring in education. I know that enrollment numbers are down because you're learning something that you're going to be retaught over and over and over again in professional development. Yeah. So you're spending $40,000 to $50,000 on an education that you can get free. So why not just get a degree in something you enjoy? And I got that advice from a veteran who was going to college to be a teacher. And he was majoring in history, and I was taking a summer class to even see if I could do this. Like, can I do homework? I hadn't been in the classroom in 20 years. So I was, getting my feet wet and seeing how my kids behaved while I was in class, that kind of thing. So I took a summer class, paid for it in cash, and that was the best advice. And the man said, I never got his name. He said, "You're a single mom. How are you going to do your student teaching? They don't pay you. Your student teaching is a no-pay gig. So you're going to be in the classroom for 8 hours at the school classroom with the with your clinical teacher, unpaid." And I thought, oh, I can't do anything unpaid. Nothing. So, he was talking to me about his plan. He said, I'm going to get a history degree. That's all I want to teach is history. And then I will get an alternative certification. And that is what I did. I did the exact same thing. I got a history degree. I'm sorry, my eyes were way up here. I hold the phone up too high. I'm sorry. So I got a history degree, and then you have to understand that the job that I did full time was substitute teaching. So I was in the classroom for 6 years. I got to be in elementary classrooms, middle school, high school. And that 6 years in the classroom as a substitute teacher, no classroom management problems, principals begging me, once you get once you graduate, please come teach here, please teach here. Especially the middle school principals, they were just, as soon as you get that degree, come back. You can teach Texas history. And I'm like, I'm never coming back. because even though I was, my classroom management was on point. Oh dear. One of the babies has gotten a toy. Middle school children, not my cup of tea. I think my children, like the children I gave birth to, and the one child that I didn't give birth to, our 5 kids traumatized us. Their middle school years traumatized us, so I never want to teach middle school ever. So, what I have a problem with is people teaching content areas that they do not enjoy. And that's why I refuse to get a composite. And I know some teachers, and they're probably watching me right now. They're like, punk, because they swear that you're marketable if you have a composite. I'm marketable because it's 2024. And I'm a freaking good teacher. I don't believe that on paper is what makes me marketable. My star scores is what makes me marketable. My classroom management style is what makes me marketable. The fact that I love curriculum writing and I prefer the special population students is what makes me marketable. Not the fact that I went and got a composite, which only means I can teach economics and government and sociology and psychology. I have no business teaching those classes. None. Just like with the science composite, people who are teaching aquatic science, but they're biologists, and they don't understand. Why am I teaching this? I don't know anything about this. I've heard science teachers complain about the composite because once you have that composite, they're going to force you to teach classes that you're licensed to teach, but you have no passion for, and you don't even have a clear understanding, because passing that test is easy. And so I will not get a composite. I won't. And I'm already prepared if someone says, well, the only thing is we're going to need you to have a composite. I've already been told that. And for 7 years, I haven't gotten it. And I'll just say, well, until I get my composite, I will teach you as history, and then we'll see what you say. Because once I'm in a U.S. history class, they will never take me out. I live, breathe, eat, and poop U.S. history. The content, I know it all. I know it all, backwards and forwards. I know my U.S. history. And that's because I've been teaching post-Civil War. My specialty is early Republic. Oh my God, I'm fired up. So I wouldn't even have a problem teaching 8th grade. So I'm qualified to teach all histories, which is how it should be, because I have a history degree. I don't have, just because I'm frugal mama doesn't mean I should be teaching economics. I have no business teaching government. So I don't understand why they force teachers to get these ridiculous certifications to teach things that they're not good at, and that's not their specialty. So that is probably what I would have a problem with. They are taking degreed applicants. And then what? You have a degree in what? Basket weaving. And you're going to teach what? English literature? How does that compute? So I have a problem with the qualifications of a teacher. And I'm talking about their educational background. What is it that you know? Do you have a passion for this? Because we have a lot of former accountants teaching math, or failed scientists and engineers teaching math, and they don't have a passion for it. And our students know it. We have people who couldn't make it as editors, and they're teaching English, and they're not happy. So that's where I have a problem, because I'm in the classroom teaching history, and I live for it. I'm happy. That's where I belong.